African soldiers who fought for freedom. I want to stand African soldiers now. African soldiers who fought for freedom. Some of them are some are living. Those that are dead are still fighting. Those that are living are still fighting. African soldiers. Listen, African soldiers. Now they're taking away African soldiers. But the human African soldier, Jomo Kenyatta African soldier, Patrice Lumumba African soldier, Marcus Garvey African soldier, African soldier, show your power, show your power, free your
Peace is one thing that we all want.
save your people. What I said, them now, from economic save your people, from political no,
It can never be seen
economic rubbish.
as more important than happiness.
From political yabis, accessible African, from economic data, attention African soldiers. We're still calling
With peace of mind, and especially as we go towards the election, life becomes easier. Yeah, life becomes easier.
to be loved African soldiers.
With peace, we respond to situations
let's just say because you are not happy, so I'm sad. I can
It's
still
not
feel
about
my
me being
feelings.
happy on the show, my friend.
I'm not talking about this show. I'm talking about personal friendship. Like,
Mm,
uh, so if you know your friend well and you know she's not happy,
mm,
it's also your desire. Like the Bible says, we should mourn with those that are bereaved or those that are sad, and we should be happy with those that are happy. So
mm,
when you are happy, then a lot of people depend on some other smile to be happy. I'm one of
mhm.
them. So
Okay.
that's all.
Okay. So, Samira.
Yes, I can say the weekend was not bad, but I wasn't faring too well over the weekend. It all started from Friday. I wasn't feeling well, but bless God to be here this morning. I'm alive. It's a privilege this morning. So I thank God for that.
Okay, myself, I've been down a little bit. Yesterday, I left from here with a headache, and I had to take some medicine last night in order.
Liberia, we had the long team moving towards Central Monrovia for the Unity Party. And we also have the CDC, the Congress, the Coalition for Democratic Change, who also had concert service for the upcoming elections. We started the whole campaign process with songs. We also saw where uh, we witnessed the Unity Party moved to Grand Bassa County.
Okay.
They visited Grand Bassa County, and I'm told that President Ambassador Joseph Mabaka is not in the country.
Okay.
and but they are campaigning on his behalf while he's away. And Cummins also, all the political parties yesterday, uh, they started campaigning
Okay.
already. So that's
And
it.
also on Sunday, we have President George Manuel Weah. He attended a service at the Internal Christian Ministries in Bannersville
Mm-hmm.
around the patient shop where he carried on service. As we all know, on Friday we had some Muslims in here. They were talking about President Weah going to or pray with them at the mosque
Mm.
on Friday at 1 o'clock. So after the prayers on Sunday, President Bia went to the internal Christian church in Bannersville to worship with these people too on Sunday. Yeah.
And did you follow his activities as it relates to him being at the mosque and going to the church?
Yeah, at the bus, I really never followed it because at the time I was on my way for citizen for this.
Okay.
Yeah, so I really never pay attention. But at the church, as for the church, oh, we were talking about it when we are talking about the peace
Okay.
because he made some statements as it relates to Saturday
Mm-hmm.
at the party headquarters.
Okay.
We saw some things that went on there, and some people they carry caskets there
Mm-hmm.
with Joseph Waka pictures on it. So he responded to it on Sunday at the service, but then we'll read uh, the release out
Okay.
when we get into our second segment. We will elaborate on some of the things he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And follow his visit to Benson Street Central Mosque. I was kind of relieved
Mm.
when I saw that he used, I think I talked about it on the show on Friday.
Okay.
He said Liberian had a right to affiliate, associate with any political party. And he's not surprised that that's happening. And for those that believe in him, it's kind of a thumbs up for them. But he said something that really got to me as a president. He said, my Liberian people, there will be no way in a democratic form of government where we will have all citizens supporting one political party.
That
It's
possible.
not possible. We will have diverse view. We will have We'll come to a point where all of us will have to go our very way. But the most important thing, he said, if the Geo man, the Mano man, the Kubo, all of us can come together to maintain our peace.
Okay.
That's what he said. So I was like, he just said my mind. It's not about your political party, it's about Liberia as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So there are too many things that went on over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Even the former agriculture minister, the president of Dr. Bokana Flomo, he returns back to the ruling coalition for democratic change
Okay.
after he left. They hosted that program. Also, CDC they kicks off their campaign in Todi statutory district
Mm.
on Saturday, and they also had a campaign program in Grand Bassa too.
Okay.
And the Brewer Chief of We Are Taylor 2023 re-election, they hosted a program at the newly open Claratown pitch into
Yeah, but
community.
it's like these are the only two parties that have activities.
Yes, the Unity
Okay.
Party and the CDC.
Okay.
I never saw anything on the internet but
Yeah, because
comments.
myself have been checking to.
Yes, no, some of these people they will follow. Campaign will start to
No, I
get
know, I
intense.
know, but they were far-sighted in having something prepared for the very first day of campaign.
Exactly,
That's what
and
I'm driving at.
that's how it's supposed to be. The
Okay.
Taylor Campaign opens, we're supposed to see something like we
Mm-hmm.
saw the streets on Saturday. People came up in their number to support their favorite political parties.
Okay.
But as we have been saying it here, and we always say it, the most important thing is peace,
Sure.
because elections will come and go, but Liberia will remain here, and it's all we have.
Mm-hmm.
So while we are in the campaign period, we should campaign, cheer our various leaders, but let's not forget to maintain the peace in this country. Mm.
Yeah, that's a good one. And today, let me just throw this in, is the birthday of my friend and brother. That's H. Raf Flomo. We've been friends from all the way Kakata.
mm.
Mark, he be coming on to Monrovia. Today is his day, so I just want to throw that one in for him. Happy
Okay.
birthday, Ralph, and I hope you celebrate in the grand style wherever you are this morning, however you intend to spend the day today. Just don't forget about me
Mm,
because I want to be in the fast.
mm,
Okay, so we had actually a colorful weekend, especially for those of the parties that came out right after the pronouncement of campaign activities being
mm,
opened by mm, the election hearing party in Liberia. And like I said, it was good for those parties that thought it wise that right after the pronouncement, they had something planned to come out so that Liberian people will see and get to understand that we are into the campaign activities and these are things they have decided to do. But like you will hear us say more in our final, maybe portion of the program today, it's always healthy to maintain the peace
mm.
always because if we will breathe fresh air is because we deem it necessary to have peace. And in as much as other people will go about their campaign activities with so much vigor, with so much excitement and all of that, that should not in any way maybe caused other people to have problems, except wherein they are doing something contrary or they are hampering or tempering the peace with other people or the coexistence with other people or the movement of other people or some dealings of other people because doing so will be something that won't actually serve well for us. But if we can all go about our campaign activities in a peaceful manner, and in a constructive manner, I believe we will go even on to the election and everything will really be peaceful. And for the first time, the international communities and all other persons who want to sign that peace agreement won't be shamed in it, and they will actually admire the process. And we will all be satisfied at the end of the day with whichever pronouncement or whoever will emerge as the winner of the election. And so we are here this morning. If you are on the social media, we are live on our Facebook and YouTube pages. And this is just a build up to accepting our guests who will soon be here any moment from now. And we will be talking about some, what basically are we looking at?
Like I said, we will be looking at the fragile piece in which we be able to maintain our peace. In our second segment, our first segment, we'll have Ambassador Clarence H. Cole. He's a representative aspirant
Okay.
from District number 17 by 8 o'clock this morning.
Mm.
And also yesterday, Law Major Jefferson Kochi make a remark in line with maintaining our peace.
Mm.
He spoke about what the president said and how the youth can be able to distance themselves from bad campaign practices or bad
Mm.
languages during the campaign process.
Sure.
So tomorrow will be, today will be a grand day as we will look at cross sections of issues in maintaining our peace and how well our electoral violence has contributed to war across the globe.
And I like the way in which it is starting, where every other person involved is one way or the other calling for peace.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that means all of us have seen the importance of maintaining the peace. And on the radio, we were being talked to, we were being admonished to doing our time on the radio as well as reporters, journalists, and other people to preach peace messages so that other people out there can also get the information and know that this process that we are into it needs to be peaceful. So that means most of what we will be doing here this morning is built around peace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's built around peace.
that we are in the campaign period already. So we all know what had happened over the past years with Liberia. So this is why every political party they are calling for peace. Because even without peace, there will be no elections. So we need peace. I always tell people there is no political party that is bigger than Liberia. The only thing we have in common, you may be from different political party, I for another, or the next person for another, but what we shared in common is our nationality. If you go anywhere, they will ask you, what country are you from? Liberia. From Atako, they will ask, what country is she from? Liberia. Come is Liberian. So the fact there is We don't put political party ahead of Liberia. The first and foremost thing we have to protect is our country. So peace is what we should be teaching, is what we should be preaching at this time. Peace should be the center of everything we do. Like President Weah did yesterday, and all other political parties, they have already adhered to the Fundamental Declaration, making sure that peace is maintained in this election. Right now, we're looking at our surroundings, Nigeria, Niger. There are a lot of things going on that even the Hades right now. There are so many things going on around the world that we don't want to touch our fragile peace. We want to maintain our peace. Nobody will help you maintain that. Only Liberians themselves can protect this country. So this is some of the things we'll be discussing this morning. Mhm. So um, I don't know if we can take a short break to see if we can start ushering our guests on. Uh,
Okay, let me see if I can get something here this morning. Let me see if I can get something. Let me see if I can get something to drop in. Boy.
okay, so as we expect, okay.
Jing Jong, the premier herbal beverage with many health benefits, presents the new Scratch and Win promotion. It's Jing Jong's biggest promotion ever. All you have to do is collect 25 Jing Jong stoppers and bring them to Mokesh Bread Stew at the last bus stop in Town for a chance to win instant prizes like a brand new car, tickets, up to 200 pieces to give away, motorbikes, up to 200 pieces to give away, orange and loose scratch card, $5 scratch card, $10 scratch card, $25 scratch card, $50 scratch card, and $100 scratch card. Also stand chance to win Jing Jong cartoons and bottles. Shopping coupons of 25 USD, 50 USD, and 100 USD at any supermarket in town. And of course, two all-expense trips to China. This is Jing Jong's biggest promotion ever. Remember, all you have to do is collect 25 Jing Jong stoppers and bring them to Mokesh Bridge Stew at the last bus stop in Town. Hurry, as this promotion begins on September 1st, 2023 and ends in January 2024. Jing Jong can be found wholesale at Mokesh Shopping Store in Town. Telephone number 086 514-871 or 0776-514-871 or 0886-550-961. It's Jing Jong's biggest promotion ever. Drink Jing Jong and stand a chance to win big prizes. And while you're at Mokesh, ask for 7 nights, the powerful alternative for men.
Your real property taxes. Your real property taxes. Oh,
Abima kivini webe kule awon bono kabeda bina kona bo be oni awuri kun ojo awe okay da bira oni kona bo be oni awuri ke man pokojo awe okay da bira kona bo yo be oni a woni ni kona be okunye wala wana dedi do pizza ki wani en no ma kivini be na ke bo yo akwa ke here 1 point omo dede un musa sanja mo
Berade, me ko ingile ko fa de mo.
gomla bobe mo edio nya ejo awe okay gomla bobe mo fanas bionia wuri chiman popojo awe okay gomla bo be omo to me first be onia kone ni gomla be okunye wala wani de na ke ni won be wake musa za no ma gibi pa ke mu
Ake, ya ga nda ni kwa na ma bo te se wa. Ta chi na ga pi te wa. Ki wa se bo te ko na ka chen be ko ka ju wa ka ka bo te di ye.
mi coach benke de la za mle be ke mu enji no se benke be bote ka be be duo nyi nji ase kuye ngiro bro ase pire ngbodo ase suku gobre we ona na tiye be wa kia be bo papa sense
Okay, all the time we have for That's all the time we have for our short break. And any moment from now, our guest will soon be here this morning for him to share with us on why he wants to replace the current representative. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. The current representative of his district. What is he coming with? What are some things he sees in the district that are not working that he wants to improve? And many more he will talk about here shortly when he gets here. So while you are there, we are here making sure that we present to you the program this morning. Good morning, Liberia. And you heard us earlier giving you some highlights for about what transpired over the weekend when the National Elections Commission announced the activity of campaign open in the country. We saw youths, we saw party, or let's say partisans in the streets, um, cheering their party, making some pronouncements for and on behalf of their parties as it relates to campaign activities that has been opened. So every other person is involved because one way or the other, even those of us who sit here this morning, we have those persons on our minds that we want to vote for, though we cannot just get involved into those activities. But those of us who will be involved or who are in the forefront, we should go about it in a manner wherein we don't harm other people. We should be safer in our approach and all of that. And I know today again there are some people who will be in the streets again or having some activities, small as we get towards the end of the activity, which is October 8th.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and also, if you are following us via Facebook, please share this video and drop your comments. Like Famata said, we take into consideration your contribution you make on Facebook. Because if you don't comment, you don't share, you don't like, then there is no need for us to go live. But if you are doing these things, then we feel like we're interacting with the public. So that's it for mine.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe the people are watching or they are not watching that because we were not forceful this morning.
We are
Just like
forceful. We are expecting. We can just start shouting this morning because this is your weekend.
because
So
normally you can start with I don't know how you will feel about me just shouting and all of that. And so since that
no,
is
with my
not
talking
happening,
spirit camera, I can be very
since that is
vigilant.
not happening, so people are
So
like
before
wondering
our
from why
guests,
we
yeah, before our guests come, I want to take this time this morning to encourage Liberian to tell you thank you for the patience you've been having over the years. You have been very contributing to highly contributing to our peace. Liberians, you people are the one that make this country where it is today. Without you, there will be no Liberia. We are proud of you. We are proud of the contribution you have made. And as the election approaches, please maintain that peace. The only pride you have is Liberia. The only thing you have is Liberia. We are encouraging you this morning to get on your feet, express your interest in your political party, go and cast your votes. Comes October 10th. Liberia is for you. You are the one I implore all of these laws because we have around here. The president said you're the one imploring him or her that he will be elected. So please gear up, get on your feet, move towards the election. Don't be the one that will say, okay, I will not vote. I will leave behind. I don't have anything to do with this election. Election is for you, it's for me, it's for Samara, it's for mother, it's for everyone here. So you have to get involved in the process. Even if that your late brother say you will tell my brother, maintain the peace. That's something. So that's why I want to tell you the money.
okay, so you've heard it from Grace. Grace is encouraging all of us. And if you were to ask Samira or you were to ask me this morning, that's the same thing we will tell you as it relates to maintaining the peace because
Mhm.
this is what we want to see. Even though some of us might not have what it takes, we might not be wealthy, we might not have our dream house, we might not have the car that we want to ride, we might not have whatever it takes that we are imagining to have. But the fact that we can wake up in the morning, go about our individual duties, and we go to our working areas. For some of us, we go to do our business in a peaceful manner where we are not hearing the sound of guns, or we are not seeing us fighting amongst ourselves. I think it's just a sound that this is what we need to do in order to have a peaceful environment and all of that. And we know that during a time like this in a country, Liberia is not the first. There are other African countries, even in the Western world, wherein whenever it is about election nearing time, you have violent activities all around as it relates to maybe the party you are supporting. That's not the party I'm supporting. And your ideology, I do not want to accept my ideology. You do not want to accept. And because of that, we clash and we see all sort of things happening. But we are just like the pastor would all of the time in his sermon preach about the coming of Christ, preach about us living a sinless life. We also want to do that this morning by encouraging each and every one of us to maintain the peace.
Okay. And also from my end, I would like to tell you that if this election will be successful, it depends on the decision we will make and the way we will govern ourselves doing protests, doing whatever we want to do, doing campaign processes. Even the great United States of America, they experienced violence when election before. So please, no country is too big when it comes to power or politicians when they are hungry for power. All we can do is to maintain our peace by supporting our political party with reference and making sure that we abstain from violence in this electoral process. So that's it.
And Lema Bowie, she also spoke about peace over the weekend too. And she expresses concern over Liberia's future 20 years after the end of the war. She also talked about that over the weekend. And just to bring the public up to date, the former Sierra Leone police chief superintendent, he was arrested in Liberia over alleged coup plot in Sierra Leone.
Mm.
So he was arrested here. That's the former Sierra Leone police chief superintendent. He was arrested here over alleged
And when
plot
that
in
happened?
Sierra Leone. It happened over the weekend.
Wow.
So the front page Africa newspaper, they just printed it up this morning.
Mhm.
So I decided to go there, while we are with our guests to
Yeah,
get
I think we
trend.
can get our first talking point. Maybe the guests will come in a second because he's stuck in traffic, like Clarendon traffic. He even texted that he want to leave his car and get on back and come. So we don't know how it will be. But also, for matter, there's an issue going on right now in Nigeria that we all have to join and pray along with our country
Sure.
because the Nigerian President Tinubu requested to send army there. But unfortunately for him, the Senate has voted against his decision.
Okay.
Okay, but we have other big countries supporting him, like France.
Mhm.
France actually wants him to do that, to carry on that invasion as soon as possible in
Yeah, and just the other day they cut power supply to Niger.
to Niger.
Mhm.
And I'm being told that IMF will withdraw their support from ECOWAS and if Tinubu and ECOWAS don't do the invasion and restore peace within our country. And the Niger present government, the military rule are threatening all ECOWAS and anyone to try invasion. Even North Korea, I think they are trying to support Niger too. There are a lot of countries behind them. So what Africa wants now is peace. We don't want all of these things. All of these things have played on our mind for so long. And we can only maintain this peace if we stand up and defend our continent. So I don't know how it will be. I don't know what point we'll take it from, but what we can tell our brothers and sisters out there, especially President Tinubu. You know for the way that a lot of Nigerians staying in Nigeria before coming up publicly to make such announcement, you're supposed to take into consideration your citizen
Yeah,
well-being
but one thing you should also understand to Grace is that he's speaking as the head of
of
ECOWAS.
ECOWAS.
He's not speaking as a Nigerian or the president of Nigeria. No, it is his with other countries' responsibility to restore peace in members' countries. And if at the end of the day, you who are clothed with the responsibility of restoring peace, and you call those who are like going at loggerhead to the round table, and they don't want to agree. They want to instead continue with whatever it is that has already been done. So what do? You will have to see as to how you can put measures in place to maybe stop what has already happened from happening.
I agree with you, but as a head of ECOWAS, even ECOWAS comprises even Liberia is included. But our fear here is like yesterday the embassy in Nigeria embassy in Niger were burned down to ashes. This is instilling fear in all Africans, whether
Yeah,
for
and
West
that was
Africa.
that I can say here was very bad,
Yeah,
very
and
bad.
one thing I know about African brothers, we like hurting each other. We don't like to go against maybe the Westerners. Whenever we have chaos in our country, we protect them, but we destroy each other. So now, say he's speaking as the head of ECOWAS, that means all ECOWAS body countries are at risk in Nigeria right now. If our Liberian is staying there, they are at risk. Nigeria at risk, Ghana at
Because
risk.
even if you were to ask our president right now, he's in support of restoring Niger
So the
to
democratic
yeah,
form of government,
and not the military
yeah,
form.
yeah.
And this is something I believe that those military personnel are like discussing behind closed door, because something of such is something that has been planned.
Plant,
It's
of
been
course.
orchestrated, it's been given time and all of that. And then boom, one morning you just wake up and someone tells you that this president is on a hostage and all of that. And the next thing you know, the military has taken over. And so this is something
Look
that
at
should
it
be
when
discouraged.
Samra just talked about
Sure,
someone planning coup from
sure.
Liberia
It's
to
possible
Sierra
that
Leone.
he's here on a mission,
Of
or
Yeah,
he
course,
came here on a
and,
mission.
of
and he
course.
was caught.
Hmm.
This is something I tell you right now, whoever calling for Africa one world order, it could be done diplomatically than for you people taking coup to every country. If
Hmm.
you come to me with said we negotiate, we already have AU. AU is for all of African, whether you from East, West, or whatsoever African country you from. I think this whole saga of coup is a serious issue and that we have to look at. So we have some audio from President Weah and that of Ambassador Joseph Yumabaka this morning on maintaining our peace from the Farmington Declaration.
Okay.
We have that audio. So we want to shortly take a break. When we come back, we'll play that audio. Then we dive into our first talking point as we expect our guests. I think the guests will have to come for the second segment for today. So let me get the audio and be right back.
Wọ́n ké wa na bɔ̀pọ̀ bɛ wa ke mu kie kandi la dɛ mɔpa bɛ wa ka dɛm mɔ koe bɛ lɔ diɛ dɛ
Nani dɛkɛ nyɔ ka tiɲɛ de bo wa tiɲɛ ka dɛkɛ mu wa.
ɔtiɛ dɛ di bɛ wa na pan fue mɔ ona na bɔpɔ bɛ wa ke mu san san ja ke wa bɛ wa ke ta ti pɔn bo pa bɛ nyo bɛ bili ɛti ɔke bo bɛ nyo bɛ bili ɛti wa bɛ wa ke ta ti pɔn ni ɔkuli pɔn gɔmna wa mu wia do de nyi de ke wia do nyi ni ma nyi wɛ mɔ wa mu ne kante bɛ ma ma ki bi ke wia ji to gɔmna bɔ bɛ wa nyi alo bi ani patɔ na ke kɔn kante na ke mu ɛ wa ke blo bɛ mu iko wa ke de bo ko ko nyu de mo mu sa ne bɛ wa ke no de nyu ɛ ni wa mu de na de wa
Okay. We have an audio here from the Farmington Declaration. Uh, the peace declaration that was signed on the 3 this year as we approach the Ottawa Thank election. So I'll go over to Samara who will piece by piece that audio. Samara.
All right, so first we are going to take Joseph Parker voice on that particular day that this Farmington Declaration was signed at the Farmington Hotel. We will take Ambassador Parker's voice first, then we take President Weah voice. So,
Okay, that's
So that's the voice of Ambassador Joseph Yuma Parker. But let's take the voice of President Weah at the Hamilton Declaration this year. Okay, so that was the voice of President George Weah. We cannot play the whole recording. We were just giving you a bit and piece of what went on there. Like he said in the recording, 22 presidential candidates who are vying for the October 10 elections this year. They gathered at the Farmington Hotel to sign the Declaration of Peace. And we are going to be looking at that and link it to peace this October 10th elections. As we all know what happened over the year. I should go ahead.
Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll take the guest from 9 to 10 instead. So just let him know.
yeah.
Okay,
Let's
as
just
we all know what
let you know.
happened here. The, we had civil war within Liberia over the time, and coming to these elections, we wanted to be free and fair. It was on December 24th, 1989, August 2nd. The first civil war in Liberia, it went on here and it ran up to 1997, which is 7 years or 7 months, 1 week and 2 days. We went through civil war as a country. So I'm just saying all of these things to lay the base as to what went on in Liberia here as we are gearing to this election. We should look at some of these things to look at the peace for our nation because Liberia has been through a lot. We have had war here. And war brings nothing good to the country. It destroys everything within the country. You have some good buildings that you put down, you have investors coming within, and then as soon as war comes in, all of these buildings will be destroyed. All of these buildings will be destroyed. Investors they will go away from the country. And after war, it takes time before the country starts to get back together. And what can bring about war is violence. This is how we are linking all of these things to ensure that Liberians have the mindset that this elections that we are going to the polls to put in our votes and we get done with it. And we shouldn't include violence within the elections because violence brings nothing about but war. I'm just going to highlight something on the Civil War. The first Liberian Civil War was the first in a series of two civil wars within the West African nation of Liberia. It lasted from 1989 to 1987. At that time, it was Samuel Doe who had established a regime in 1980, but corruption led to unpopularity and a withdrawal of support from the United States by the 1980s. It was when the National Patriotic Front of Liberia, which we all refer to today as the NPFL, I think one or the other, some people have heard of this NPFL. It was led by the former president Charles Taylor. He invaded Liberia from Ivory Coast to overthrow Dole in December 1989 and he gained control over Dole in December 1989 and gained control over most of the country within a year. And then Dole was captured and executed by the NPFL. So I'm just giving this piece of information to the public so that we can know what happened within the first Civil War. Like I said, it was two series, the first Civil War and the second one. In the first Civil War, it was when Dole was in power, Charles Taylor came with his PFL party and he overthrew Dole and Dole was executed by his party. So all of these things can be taken over by violence. Violence can get big impact within our society. Because once the country start citizens, they start going about being violent when it comes to election, start to destroy things. This is how war comes about. And war is not good for this country. We are 176 years of age. That's a lot. And we are trying to redevelop Liberia, I can see. Because most of the buildings, look at up to God there. That was a very nice place. But then we all see how it looks now. It burned down. It's an unfinished building. These are the things that war can do to a country. It destroys the whole place and it stop investors. As soon as you go into war, investors go away to come back. It's going to be hard. So these elections, I'm just saying all of these things to encourage Liberians. I'm not saying that war is going to come about, but I'm trying to encourage you that we shouldn't involve ourselves into any violent behavior.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I think we'll be talking for now to 8:35 before we open our lines.
Yeah.
But before that time, I would like to go over to beautiful Donkey. She's always beautiful, you know.
Thank you.
So I would like to talk about the fact that there are a lot of factors like Samara said contributed to our ethnic war. In our country, I call it ethnic war. We have the ethnic division and we have the elite who abuse power. And we have a corrupt political system and the economic default we have in our country. These are some of the factors. So on a Christmas morning, when Liberians were preparing for Christmas Eve actually, 1989, on our faithful day, that was when Charles Taylor came in with rebels and started attacking. So we should not forget, from 1989 up to 1996, it claims Liberia Civil War claims the life of over 200,000 Liberians. So these are the brief history we want to bring to your mind this morning. That all these things came about because of people said ethnic division, corruption, and the elite that was abusing power. So as election is drawing near, Liberian, put aside populistic campaign form I found this trap, you found this trap. That's why the last time on the Ramo show, I condemned the fact that Imam was referring to Senator Prince Ward Johnson of using this remark about Musa Hassan Bedete that if he wins this will get district in Limakante,
Mm,
that he, Prince Johnson, will officially close all mosques and businesses owned by the Muslim community for that part of the country.
mm,
So I condemn it, whether truth or not. I came on the show, I told the public that we should stop being divisive, we should stop pushing division statements among our people as our election approaches.
mm,
Because if we want a transparent, peaceful election, we should take into consideration the fact that Liberia is for every Liberian by birth, nationality, whatever you form this country for you. So we shouldn't come and say, okay, because this person is a Muslim and his brother won this trade or this campaign, this election, I will close down businesses and malls because of that. That was a very bad one. I condemn it, whether truth or not, that we shouldn't be preaching tribal politics. And I also condemn the fact that Senator Prince Johnson also said that Nima Kante is their time to produce a vast president. I
Mhm.
condemn that.
Mhm.
We should be talking about Liberia as a whole. Now, for county, because if we look at our civil war in history from that, this is where our problem came from. Ethnic division, corruption, some of them misusing of power, like what we just saying, because you senator, you close down people place. It's not possible.
Mhm.
So these are the things we should try to avoid as we approach our political periods as we in campaign, Anna.
Sure. So, uh, you want to say
yeah, go
something?
ahead.
So I just laid it busy about the Civil War, how it came about, and I want to use this time to, most often I'm here talking to Liberians, giving them some peaceful words as we get towards elections because Liberia is all that we have. So I want to link this to what happened on Saturday. It was supposed to be our last talking point, but then
Mm.
since we take the guests at
Oh,
nine,
we are already
we
taking
will,
it now.
we'll just go ahead.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
that's
happened
everything.
on Saturday? Even the president George Manning, where he condemned that act on Sunday. Campaign opens. Everybody happy within the country because they are about to celebrate their, political party. They are about to go about doing some rounds to get some people on their side to vote for them this coming elections. But then we saw some group, one of our CDC accelerates, they went at the coalition with Democratic Change headquarters with a casket bearing Joseph Waka sleeping picture on it, and they were singing, singing songs around the castles. It doesn't show any sound of, of peace during this election. Everybody's supposed to gather there to be happy and celebrate. Not like we always saying on this platform, if you have an opportunity to lay your platform to the Liberian people, you tell them what you can do. Keeping open, you go about telling people, asking people, convincing them for them to vote for CDC. Not for you to carry caskets bearing or Ambassador Waka's photo on it. What does it show to the Liberian people? Sound-minded people. It shows nothing.
Okay.
At times people leave the issue of the meaning of campaign
Mhm.
and focus on other things
Exactly.
instead of coming to the limelight with what are those things we should expect. That if you get elected,
Mhm.
or even though you are not elected yet, what
Mhm.
are you bringing on the table for
Mhm.
which we should look at and see the need to vote you into power?
Mhm.
They don't do that. Like you are talking about that issue with the casket bearing Joseph Walker's photo on it. I saw it on the social media, and the moment I saw that, I was like down. I was like down because that in itself can provoke
Of
violence.
course.
Because
Of
in as much
course.
as someone sees you do that, they will also want to do something else too to also maybe instigate your own supporters. Because
Exactly.
the issue of violence normally it will come up as it relates to it will start with supporters.
Mhm.
In as much as you want to denigrate my person that I hail and want to support, I will also want to do the same thing too to bring us something that will show the bad side of your own supporter. So if you people have started doing that, what if people go now and start bringing John Lee and naked photo and start putting it on casket or putting it
That's
on
the
other thing?
point.
What happened?
Violence.
You would not want to see that, and I would not want to see what it is that you are doing,
Mhm.
right? Then in that we start to fight amongst ourselves, and this should not be the issue because if we go that route, you will have an understanding that it will be really chaotic.
Yeah, Famata, I like to take it from this angle this morning. Just listen. Okay, I want you to listen.
Is that what the volume?
Yeah.
This country has come too far. Political leader have invested into this country, its career, its resources, and its sacrifices. 20 on the 18th of August, Liberia will be celebrating 20 years of peace. There is no institution in this country that invested in the peace in this country more than the Foundation for Democratic Change. That's why when young people were seeking a chill on the skin, because we are the testament.
Okay, so that's the voice of Lord Major Jefferson Kochi. He condemned the recent behavior of the youth league on CDC, who took Castic around. He said that this coming August 18 will make like about 20 years of fighting for peace. So, like Famata said, we shouldn't campaign in that format. We shouldn't make the other person relevant by showing Joseph Baka picture on Castic. You campaigning for him. You
Exactly.
campaigning for Joseph Baka coming saying Joseph Baka sleeping, he doing this, he doing that. You campaigning for Joseph Baka.
You have some neutral
Tell
people.
us what President Weah has done for this country. Tell us how he will change the life of Liberia if he's elected the second time. Tell us the
And,
achievements,
and, and,
Pamata.
and let it not be about the roads. Let it not be about education. That has
Education,
already, we have
we have
already
already
covered that.
seen it.
What
Tell
are
us
us
what he will do
mm,
in his second term. The people want to know. The person, some people, who don't want to speak, some people can't speak, they can't hear. One person, we have picture, they want to see. Then they see CDC people on Facebook carrying Joseph Baka picture. How you think the people will respond?
What a show.
My people, need die. You shouldn't have money. Somebody
Exactly.
wanna die. You know where I condemn that.
We
So,
should
like
always
the
condemn.
president,
It's not the first
is
time.
a term of peace in this country that we don't see. He always tell us what we did. But when the CDC COP carried out violence on him, he distanced himself on it. And today he's distancing himself from the fact that people were throwing somebody like a live plastic. And said he now supporting that other one.
So,
and I think that's similar thing that was done in Kakata
Yeah.
with no, I'm not taking it back to where they
Oh,
used casket before.
okay.
I'm taking it to the school issue now in
Yeah.
Kakata where a school parade with a casket, and because of that,
Yes, I don't
Yes,
think
yes,
President we are
yes.
like that. He don't
these
like
are
that.
these are things or scenes that we should not actually be portraying
But
in our
train,
country
that's
if
bad.
we're speaking about peace.
We shouldn't
Brother,
be provoking. Like Mother said, you can't come and somebody wanna. You know how many people willing to blade on their life for Ambassador Parker?
And
You start passing with
the moment
Casket.
if someone who's in support of Wakai was on the scene, that would have created something.
Cause
Because
chaos.
the person who would have wanted to maybe tear off the photos
Exactly.
from
And you will have
and that's
riot
how
right
it
there.
all started.
So please, the youth league. I know you are excited. I know most of them are the first time going to vote. They know how politics have the right, the whole campaign have the right to turn this country upside down. We have more first time voters in our country, especially female right now. They are much. So we begging you please know how to campaign. Now your political parties teach you how to go about campaigning. Because if you don't know how to do it, you will interfere with someone else's space, their belief, and it will cause chaos. So we asking you collectively to distance yourself from things that will cause chaos in this country.
And the issue of violence does not only have to do with the supporters, it also has to do with the community and all other persons with a responsibility being fair, being transparent to the core. So at the end of the day, that which will be announced, what really transpired during the election.
Okay.
Because violence is something that happens before, it happens during, and it happens after the election. Because if the way we voted, if the way the citizens of the country voted, if what is being reflected in your report, it also
It's time
has
to
to
get
be
chaos.
shown. That's when you see other people start to go to court. The court can come in to solve the problem or goes right back to the scene. And you see if they can solve the problem, then you see other people
Protesting.
Yeah.
And before I go to Samara, I would like to inform the public that Ambassador Karen's schedule will not be on the first segment. We will be here for the second segment for 9. So 10 because we had a huge traffic congestion here. He couldn't make it on time, so we just pushed to the second segment. So don't go away if you following what you want to hear from him this morning. Just stay on the line. We'll take him by 9 o'clock.
Okay, so related to what happened Saturday, I want to read or UCHABE, that's the National Campaign Manager, this release that sent yesterday concerning that issue. It says the We Are 2023 Campaign Committee of the Coalition for Democratic Change recommits itself to the conduct of an issue-based campaign that emphasizes the exceptional record development and good governance of his SSA George Maria, while also stressing the importance of maintaining this democratic environment. Therefore, the We Are 2023 Campaign Committee deplores the action of some of its supporters who lashed the street voting of cassettes on Saturday during the political period what the presidential elections. This action is unacceptable and does not represent the set of activities that have been envisioned to characterize this crucial democratic exercise. The committee believes that the unprecedented gains of the WIA administration has made over the years provide sufficient nuggets for a massive victory in the upcoming elections. It therefore urges everyone working towards this ultimate goal to remain on message. The committee wishes to thank all partisans, auxiliaries, and supporters for the steadfast commitment to ensuring the re-election of President Weah and urges them to continue to work hard, rain or shine, till the resounding victory is achieved. So that's the release from the National Campaign Manager in person of Eugene Nakwe. Everybody to done this
Yeah,
particular
and
act.
I like the way in which all of them are
Yes.
condemning the
Shabazin
act.
Koji told them, we've been meeting our peace for over 20 years.
Yes.
Now it's not the time because even CDC did it when they were in opposition, but at that time they were not in the presidency. So now, since President Weah is the standard bearer of, he's the president and the standard bearer of the coalition, you don't do that. You don't do that. So we are asking the supporters, our youth, please distance yourself from any form of
Every
violence.
other party is now only
Yeah.
limited to CDC and
Because who knows?
related party.
That
Other
particular
people
thing that
have
happened on Saturday,
things,
who
yeah.
knows?
Other people are planning as to what to come up with.
So just leave it, let it die down, let it slide. People have different forms of expressing themselves, but Liberia now, because of the war we encounter, we are debunking the fact that you should use castic to protest, to campaign. Sorry,
Yeah.
don't use castic. So,
So we have 20 more minutes.
We will take us
It's
before
over
night.
to you.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
that's
take
20
calls and
Okay,
afterward we can.
we
usher
are
in our
comments.
guest.
Okay, call us on 0770-907-907. 080907-907. Call us this morning. We're talking about maintaining our peace and making sure that Liberia is on the path to success.
Grace, I hope you know that you are calling number for people to call.
People
please
already know
take
the
your
number.
time.
They
No,
know the
take
number.
your time. There are people, there are some persons who know the number. And there are
Okay.
other people who they don't like to take information
Fast.
Yeah.
Okay,
so take
call
your
us on
time.
0770-907-907. Call us this morning if you're a part of this program.
Okay, so let's take this first person. Good morning.
Morning.
You are live.
Yes, let me say good morning to your in studio there. And my name is Brahma William.
Okay.
I join you from my district 13 resident Pisa into village.
Welcome.
Let me say thanks to thanks to you again for the popular discussion. You see, like for me, I support President Weah re-election date, and I'm still a citizen, and I will still be a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue of violence in this country, I distance myself from it, and it's not really good for us.
Okay.
Saturday, on my way to Cinco, when I reach Inter, like the grocery street, there was a group of citizens, claiming that they did that or Crown Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I was like happy how the driver used the Josie Rosa. We went there, we met another group too, and another political party, kind of around with our own group. They were there, all of that rain, sinking, dressing. So I was like happy. Reached, around 9 Street. Tradition was there again with their best already in the street that had to enter to 9 Street in that same call. I was like happy. But unfortunately, I think by the evening hour, when I went on the media, I saw this video with Richard, preparing the captain to do it, to parade the street. I said, no, this is not right. Because myself here, I would not be happy to see any poster of President Weah or draw our set up. Okay, I say so 128. I will not be happy.
No.
It will go down to my soul. So if I don't want for someone to put President Weah on a captain and do it and parade the street, then myself, I shouldn't be able or I shouldn't support anyone who
does that?
Of anyone how to call it poster on a captain and parade the street.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Hello.
You are live. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Thank you. My name is Lawson Pine, and I call from District 8 in Montreal.
Okay.
Let me say thank you this morning for your energy. The issue that took place this one Saturday, I believe Saturday was the birthday of the campaign, and there was a declaration that supported non-violence, and also a fruitful declaration that supported non-violence also. We want peace in this country. Despite the political system, whoever wins October 10th will be our president. All right? The president Weah is a Liberian. He can be president for 2 terms. Not a bad thing. But in so doing that, the democracy would have to be an election. So in doing that, to protect our country, it is talking of caste. Let me be real to you. It is just compromise on the position. For the Harlequin to come back and say sorry, it is a provocation of people. Because even the Secretary General of the Youth yesterday, he's the one that invented that particular system. So now, whoever that will put up to him, he shouldn't say that he is disappointed. But he coming to the public to say, sorry, you guys did bad, to provoking like people who want this money and go for the citizen. The citizen reality. So those guys
Thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live. Your name and where you calling from?
Well, this is Mike Mann calling from Oakland County.
Okay.
Okay. I was sitting in my sitting room, I'm monitoring your conversation. You stated that concerning about what the guys did on Saturday. Actually, with terror running around, and this country is not a war. This country is a peaceful country. I think we can see other people country how things is moving that fine. But the only thing I just looking at the light color jersey, and he said that the president go around there to appeal and maybe he's nowhere to go in and Jefferson could be. Look, when you be the president, it's not everything people do. Sometimes people will come out on the side and do things. And whenever you do things, people will say, oh, it's the president. Sometimes he don't really know.
We also saw the issue of a CDC-COP.
Yeah, the president distanced himself from that too.
The things about it, we agree with the president. But can you imagine just what the guy says? They go on Saturday, people have casted the team moving around. It's not everything president we have to know. And sometimes they have some of those guys around, they just want to spoil the government name. So we pray hard and we'll talk to our president, even those that are leading these things, let him talk to them. This country is a peaceful country. We don't want war again. We don't want violence. They have to stop it. They shouldn't spoil the government name. Thank you, my sister.
Okay, 0770907907907 are the numbers that get you connected on the program this morning. Good morning, Liberia, to share with us as we are here this morning, serving you breakfast and talking about maintaining the peace. Let's hear you. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How you coming on?
You're alive.
Every time issue when is locally from manufacturing. Hello?
Go ahead.
Let me tell the issue on the casting, doing casting.
Mm-hmm.
Doing casting, it is a political reason. It doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
Maybe if you're only thinking casting, but food on the meaning that you would have. Politically, it means that your political career can go in. So that was that making strategy casting politics that anything.
But it's supposed to put the party picture on it now instead of individual. Exactly. Put the
Okay.
party picture on it, my brother.
Let's
Don't
have
put
this
an
person. Good
individual picture
morning.
on it.
Yeah, good morning.
You're alive.
Yeah, my name is Flomo. I call from the district.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, myself would like to condemn that part. It was not right to cast it, and even though for me I'm neutral. I'm just still watching it. I'm still watching to see who I'm gonna vote for. But it was wrong for this kind of thing to happen in this party. I mean, we take cast it. It was not right.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, let's have this next person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are alive.
And the sister in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
You are alive. Go ahead.
All right. I'm Peter the Week Council. I come from under the tree like in Washingtonville.
Okay.
And yeah, and the deception in this country is too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The guy from the other side, why they should get angry with somebody doing casting? And we are in a political season. If those guys who are taking those the casting at the time can be or not declared, so what is the political interpretation of doing casting? If they can look at all this, they tell us that we are politically there. So what does that mean? When you tell somebody that you are politically there, it can be symbolized by casting. So that casting clearly indicated that politically Joseph Walker is there. And that's the message that was sending. And clearly up to now we don't even know where he is. So so why people should be when other people were saying to drag the president here, they were celebrating with them. So why should people be very much unfair to this particular country? So that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. 0770907907907 0880907 All we sit on this platform to do is to preach peace. We do not want people getting involved into anything that will cause chaos as it relates to us not being peaceful or going to a peaceful election. That's what we are preaching here this morning. We want to hear from you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Thank you very much. This is the vice chair for administration worker contingent and vice chair for corporation movement for better Liberia. This is Kilo.
Okay.
Look, thank you very much. Thank you for the talking to me this morning. But CBC, for those that know CBC, even the first time voters, they were someone they saw this thing before. They saw how 15 years from 2005 to 2011 with casting and doing another first time. 2017, they never used casting and they won. But all the time they used casting, they lose. This time around, in the going of casting, after finding the declaration that everybody should remain peaceful, you're not only doing our casting, but you all have word that was used in the video. If you watch the video, you hear how they abuse the woman mother. And so things are not right. There are people that don't have friends, and when you're above 18, you should know that your friends are correct. That's why they say, if you want to go above 18, then you are mature. They are mature using a word on the woman and mother. And I think it's a good start of campaign. After the found out that revelation, and the person that did it, not small man, being a youth chairman of a party. You know, small man, they seem they're always doing it. And I think I just say bravo to those unity parties that were passing and never went towards and get
Sure.
them with their own conscience. So I fully appreciate these people for bringing that up. And this thing, it will not just stop at that. Because the first thing that started ever when I think happened in Nigeria, they both say they condemned, but there was no action taken. I think if they take action, then we know that they're ready to maybe suspending the people.
And the president condemned me already, oh brother.
My sister, condemning when I bring that thing when it see missing boys or some people involvement, they say they condemn by the end of the day. Because the same thing is due to that boy, to that police, what else to do, they say they condemn. But no action was taken to penalize the people. And condemning when I bring no solution. If you condemn and just do the thing like that, then just also if you do it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Penalize somebody, you will not do it.
Okay. Good morning.
Hello?
You are live.
Yeah, morning, sister. Let's give it to put on the township West Point.
Okay.
I condemn our leader, I condemn at the end of the day of that statement. You know, I condemn them to say what cost I can say that and see you tell the president, hey, I will just condemn it. I thought the true student and the opposition leader are all listening today.
No. Like that, they can't stay. You're supposed to post United Party and the hope and then on the not Joseph Baka, my brother.
Oh, okay, I didn't party everybody already there. I thought I would
Yeah, now what you supposed to do, not to post an individual.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. 0770907907907 08809079007 are the numbers that get you connected on the platform this morning. Good morning, Liberia. We want to hear from you as it relates to maintaining the peace in the country. Let's look at what went on the weekend. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
All of the females in the studio there.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say thank you very much for the topic on the discussion.
Okay.
And my name is Eddie S. from Kawa, New Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want to talk about the caste issue.
Mm.
And first day, I condemn the issue about that caste. For me, I'm a Sidician since 2005.
Okay.
Yes, it was not right. That what you said and you guys said in studio there pertaining to the image of the opposition party, which wasn't better, but not the image of somebody.
Sure.
That clearly indicated that that person is a dead person physically. Politically, we will see that the man is dead, but not a caste. Doing it, so I condemn that act.
Okay.
And I want to say to you guys in studio that the president was fair enough to maintain the peace of our nations. The way as a Liberian by condemning the act, even the chairman, the campaign team. So again, I want to say that we continue to carry on the peace as Liberian, and opposition will not look at it as something different to come up with different things again, but let us continue to carry on the peacefulness of our nation.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very so much. 07709079007 0880907. We take just this call and then we go to our Facebook and take our guest. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
My name is William from M.
Welcome.
Yeah, but let me share to other TJ Lomel with a position in here. All that night, you got to know that he's talking somebody, but he really, he has somebody post to that camp. Yeah, again, he's such a president, but you know, like, he really had, I told you that you want to say, that he's supposed to do that. What are you going to realize?
Okay, thank you. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. So can we go to our Facebook page to have our messages read? Samira, we already started calling your name. Let's go.
Okay, so let's take messages from the Facebook page. This one is from Asu Komen, and he says, "Good morning. I'm following from National Aspirants Council of Liberia." Then this Stepney says, your first name is kind of hard, so I'm just calling you by your last name. He says,
Is it the user?
The user. He says, great to all my girls. And then Samuel says, "Good morning. I'm following from Dr. Bosco Youth Center, New Matadi Estate." And then Son of Coke says, "Good morning. Freedom Morning Rise." No, this is not freedom. This is Voice of Liberia. When last you saw three women on this Freedom Studio? When last? When last you saw three women in Freedom Studio? This is not freedom. This is Voice of Liberia. So he says, "I'm following from Door Community, members of the Friends of Coke for." It's not freedom too. You people have to be reading on our page, please. So that's all for the Facebook page about
Okay, thank
that's
you.
all.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much for going to our Facebook page to have messages there read. And this is the Voice of Liberia and the program Good Morning Liberia. We are here this morning to serve you breakfast. It feels good being here. And we've been here since 7:30 this morning, serving you breakfast. Currently, we are taking this time to usher in our guest, whom you will hear not too long, as he will introduce himself and tell you why he's in studio with us this morning. And we ask that you sit attentively and pay attention to him as he will be telling each and every one of us, especially those in the district that he's contesting in, what are some of those things he has on the docket for each and every one of you, um, as it relates to him asking you to vote him so that he right the wrongs. So this is the Voice of Liberia and the program. Good morning, Liberia. Over to Grace William.
Thank you very much. And we have a son of the soul in studio with us this morning. He is no other person than Clarence H. Code. He is contesting for district number 17, representative seat. So, Honorable Incoming, you are highly welcome to our platform.
Thank you so much. I feel much honored to be making my debut in this comfortable studio, and I know the conversation will be fruitful because this morning I see three energetic and well experienced females who are prepared to take deep into how what we want to do for our people. So I'm honored this morning, and I think this is my first time having all females.
Okay.
That's the power of our CEO, in person of Sekou Sharif. He's a feminist in chief. You
Thank-
are pushing
thank-
women agenda.
That's welcome.
Yeah. So go ahead, tell us what are your plans for the people of district number 17? Go straight to
Yeah,
the point.
let's not just
Step mother,
go into
you know
the
what? I
room.
wanted to make
Let
you
us not just
comfortable, but I'm not already comfortable. Okay.
Tell us about
Mother
yourself.
wants to know who
Exactly.
is cool.
But the
So
man
please,
already tell. Okay, no
I'm
problem.
praying. Let the man gain ground. I beg you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chief.
Okay, mama, you
Okay,
protect
uh, the name Clarence School is not a strange name. We're not a stranger. We're not one of the December breed that lives in America and want to use our district as a farm. And so again, like you already know to my district people, this is your son, your brother, Clarence H. Cole, the son of the Beta Broseda and the classroom teacher, born and raised in District 17 from the Deng Vi and Goda ethnic group. I We started our primary education at the Chisholm Public School, which is one of the township in District 17. And due to the Civil War, we migrated to Bancher, where we attended the Bancher RIP School by then, which is now Bancher Central High School. Then we did our junior education at the Reginald Davis McLean AME Zion School in Bancher. Winning a Gigi Rival Scholarship based upon our performance, we then matriculated at the Bishop Arthur Flomokula United Methodist School, where we graduated with honor. We then made our way in pursuit of higher education at the African Methodist Episcopal Zion University, where we served as member of the parliament, speaker of the parliament, vice president, and president of the student council government. And then we graduated with a bachelor in criminal justice administration from the Wilfred A. Clark College of Criminal Justice. Being committed to our dreams. We are currently at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law, pursuing our second degree. I'm married to beautiful Mrs. Teresa Maisha Cole, a daughter of Braville, from the Waters family. We have a kid. I got my own place. For working experience, this is my sixth year working at the Capitol building. We have also served in some major position. I currently represent Liberia at the African Youth Parliament.
Wow.
I'm the vice president for the Young Political Leadership School of Africa, Class 7. I'm on the board of directors for the Africa Entrepreneurship Network with headquarters in Johannesburg, South Africa, thus making me the only Liberian and the youngest on that continental board. And so, in a nutshell, this is the youth image. Someone who has passed through a lot, but
Oh,
yet them still believe that the best can come from out of nowhere.
so Grace would have missed all of that.
I wouldn't have, the fact there is, I know he will go there. As a politician, if I ask my question, he was still coming to dive there, but it's okay. Now that you're comfortable, my question still remain.
Okay.
Why? Where did you get that inspiration at this time to serve the people of district number 17?
Thank you so much. And I would start with this experience that I've had on one of my occasion or engagement with the community.
Okay.
And precisely in the Beverly Hills community, there was this engagement, and everyone was kind of asking me, "What have you done? What have you done?" And this young woman asked a critical question, and I think that was the most important question. She said to me, "Ambassador Cole," because many of them call me Ambassador Cole, I'm not here to ask you what have you done because I'm not going back. I'm here to ask you a question because when we elect you, we are electing you for the next 6 years and not the past 6 years. So my question to you is, what are those challenges you saw in the district and you think you have the right mechanism to solve them for the next 6 years so that our district can be better? And I can simply say there are many challenges in our district, but amongst them, we must prioritize those top ones.
Okay.
All cannot be done in 6 years, but if we prioritize some of them, we can make our district better. So we sat down, and when we look across District 17, I can tell you for free that it is not only unique to District 17. Every 10 students who complete high school, only one might likely go to university. That one, your parents should have money and you should be serious because there are people who parents got money, they are not serious.
Okay.
On the other hand, there are people who serious from high school, but parents cannot afford. So they too cannot make their way at the university. So the question remains, what happened with the remaining nine of them? If all of them, for example, are boys, they either ride keke, ride motorbike, take football boots, or you to join a new employment. Orange money, Lone Star money, orange data, Lone Star data, change your money, higher rate. That is not something that they want to do. And I say to people, no matter how committed you are to those three things, you cannot be successful as compared to a man who earned a bachelor degree. He will work less and make more money while you work more and make less money. So look across the district. We have had two lawmakers, and we cannot brag of a 15 youth center. I'm not saying they did not do well. I'm saying that is a priority because we as young people were the one who overwhelmingly supported them, but we do not have an identity. So in our first year, we are committing ourselves to building the first District 17 Youth Center. Someone said, "Oh, but Clarence, others who have said the same thing, or others have said it." And I said to them, remember, when you were young, maybe a child, you play marble as a boy child. As girl, you play lapa, you play hustle. The reason you cannot go back and do that, you have passed that generation. So our elders will continue to give the seed to have passed the generation for young people. So what seems as a priority to us, we don't see it as a passion for them. And so we're going to build the first District 17 Youth Center. At that center, we're going to run two key programs. If Youth Empowerment Hub, wherein we'll have vocational activities and scholarship program being run. At the same time, I am committing myself to look out of every 8 young person in the community, 5 of them either be doing drugs or they are associated with people who already doing drugs. So there's a high possibility they themselves will also come in contact with drugs abuse. How do we solve that problem? We're going to build 10 rooms at the district youth center and run our rehabilitation program. That program will target the first 15 persons per a cycle. We're not taking all of them from the same community. We're going to take one person from Banjo, one from VOA, one for Ricks, because if you take all of them from the same place, it means you're only changing their sleeping place. Let's take one and then put them into the center. At that center, we have the health officer to flush the drugs, the psychosocial counselor to counsel them. At the same time, they are attending the vocational training program because my brother cannot come from rehab and then I take money and give it to him. My impression is if I give him funds or cash, he's going back into the gap to buy the substance. So I'm saying within that period of time, 1 week, 2 weeks, if that person cannot have anyone giving him anything, he tries to go back to his family, meaning in the gap because they will share with him. But I'm saying let's run the rehabilitation with a vocational skill attached. I teach at AMS University, Introduction to Law Enforcement and Criminology. Every semester, my students go about doing prison assessment. Let's take these 15 guys, put them on the bus, take them to South Beach. Some of them never been there. Let them enter, pass the first gate, pass the second gate, and pass the third gate. Then you hear spirit calling, where are and walking naked. When spirit come down to talk to where are and walking naked and tell them that look, in this place, if you're not strong, you will be a female for all the males in here. If your parents cannot send you money, here you are a slave for everyone. That food you see there is not healthy, but we have to eat it because that's where we find ourselves. My point is when we put these guys on the bus, bring them back into the district, graduate them from the vocation, the rehabilitation and the vocational training program. Trust me, if all of them will not change, walking again, evil eye will say, you know what? I think I can fix a chair. Let me go to the capital shop and help that old man. Let him face the chair together, and then I can get something to eat. But with that, we'll reduce the just addiction. Someone asked me whether or not I will accept the 30,000. And I tell them yes. I don't want to tell you no. My mom said one thing to me. She said, cool, this election you are in, tell the people what you know you will do. In fact, when you're speaking to them, speak as if to say you are in the position and these are things that you know you're capable to do. So I don't want to tell you I will not accept the 30,000 and then when I get there, I start to give you cheek. You know, now, I'm not the only person that plays at the majority. Oh, you knew that, then you told the people that you will not accept it. So let's be real with them. But go to that. What if we have a president that looks at me as his son and then that 30,000 is removed? It goes to the executive. He could say, well, cool, we're not ready for you this year. Next year, we will do you. That development, that 30,000 we have done in our district will not be there because that's the executive decision. So I'm saying, let's keep it. And this is how we're going to use it. Let's take 50% for health, 50% for education. How do we do the health? I hear many of my colleagues, candidates in the district. I'm going to build a referral hospital in District 17. Now, flag, let me say the local way. You alone cannot build a referral hospital.
That's where my backup question come in. Looking at the fact that you want to do all these good things for Liberia, and you as a lawmaker, you are there to craft policies and law. So if you are elected, what funds are you going to be using to implement these things?
It's obvious that all of the funds that a lawmaker uses is not his personal money. And so that's why you must have a clear picture that you will rely on government budgetary allotment. Because no matter how rich you are, you will not use your personal money. So that's why we're saying let's take the 30,000 for engagement and use 50% for health, 50% for education. How are we going to use the health? You got the Bancho Public Clinic, the Amani House, the Pala Public Clinic, the Makuta Public Clinic. You also have the Bonwell Public Clinic, the Attington Public Clinic. These are public health facilities that when you get there, you cannot find drugs. So why would we have these numbers of public health facilities? Then we say we want to build referral hospital. No, let's empower this clinic. I'm saying let's take the 15,000 United States dollar, give it to the district health officer with the mandate that you must provide medication for the public clinic. My point is at the end of the year, when we do annual report, then the district health officer come and make reports on that 15,000. If he or she mismanages it, we ask the Minister of Health to relieve you of your position, turn you over to just the ministry for prosecution. But it means when the average person gets sick with typhoid, malaria, headache, they're not running to the lawmaker house. They will run to the public facility and they will get treated because drugs are there. The remaining 50%, for crying out loud, the public schools are using the same curriculum the private schools are using. The same instructors at the Federal Public School, Riggs, Lokere, Vika, are the same people to Annie Banks, Cyril Barkley, Bala Public School, Blamasi Public School. So what's the issue? The issue here is we have not prioritized the atmosphere and infrastructure development of the public school. And that's where I come from to say, look, let's give the remaining 50% of the 30,000 to the DEO with the mandate that you must improve the public schools facility. So he takes this year 50% and said, look, we're going to target two public schools. We will take for Ginger Public School and that of Sarah Barkley. When he gets there, he tells the principal, you have 7,500. Sarah Barkley says, you know what, we want to change all the chalkboards to markable. Annie Banks says, for us, we want to build a library. In addition to that, I am saying, look, it's a waste of resources that you spend over 300,000 just to obtain one paper called high school diploma. Let us introduce what we call high school vocational training activities. It means your 10th grade year, you do one skill. Your 11th grade year, you do one skill. Your 12th grade year, you do one skill. When you graduating that day from a high school, you are graduating with three separate skills, something that you can work with. Even if a parent do not have money, and you can be able to put yourself in from. So these are some of the plans that we have. But above all, I've also said to people, part of my responsibility is to make law. And one of the things I have already cut in is our Youth and Student Empowerment Act. Few months ago, you have just put up graduates, over 1,000 people graduated with summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and just to keep, even the Afro cum all graduated. But the challenge here is it will shock you to know that some of those people will soon be seen on the street as Yana boss. All of which they are breeding. They cannot get job because they don't have experience. What do we do to solve that problem? I'm saying in our Youth and Student Empowerment Act, your freshman year 3 points, your sophomore year 3 points, you're not a God person. That government will recruit you to the agency, the ministry, the commission. There you will not be a civil servant. You are on a contract with government for 2 years with the condition you maintain your 3 points. It means when you fall below it, we'll drop you from on that contract. But the catch is you come to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, you go to school or vice versa. One more F will give you what we call transportation allowance. It can be 50, it can be 100, it can be 150. But the catch is your junior year you're working, your senior year you're working. When you're graduating that day, you are graduating with two things, a bachelor degree and 2 years job experience. Amen. Grace, you spent 2 years in one ministry and then you graduate, they don't employ you. I will pray nothing over for your sake. Yeah.
The issue of implementation as it relates to law and policies in Liberia is one thing that we continue to struggle with. Now, you've said a lot of good things that you have in mind that you want to accomplish in the district that you are vying for. So, what's the mechanism you've put in place as it relates to doing all of what you just talked about?
Thank you. And that's why we are making more realistic, uh, policy driven platform. When you listen to me, like for the issue of introducing vocational training at the high school level, I just told you that we will be using that 30%, I mean 50% of the 30,000. I'm saying why I'm pushing the Minister of Education so that they can have that adopted into the national curriculum. We will be using District 17 as an example.
Okay.
So we're going to target the first few schools. Probably we're targeting public schools. So we take this year, since I'm capacitated, look, we'll pay the trainers, provide the materials to the public schools. Once they start to work to 5 different schools and the ministry see logic in it, trust me, they will have to adapt it. But then we'll also put in them at the legislature so that it can happen. And so someone will say, but Clarence, that is not workable. Indeed, it is. Imagine the high school you pay less than 10,000 for senior high in a public school. In private school, you're talking about close to almost 60,000
Right
for school
now,
fees.
it's possible. Our children, they are charging them $700 US to
Yes,
just go to private
yeah,
school.
private school. So imagine we are telling you, come and pay $10,000 and get, in addition to the regular knowledge, you have a vocational skill. Most students going to attend the public schools than even the private school, which will also put pressure on the private school to drop their tuition. So that exactly is a workable mechanism that we have. For the issue of our youth and student empowerment act, I can simply say to people, trust me, I don't see the lawmaker that will not support it. Because right in district number 8, where we are, there are a group of young people here who have graduated, people here who are attending university, who wants to be employed. So that law will give them an opportunity. It also brings to the day schools an aspect of academic performance or academic excellence. Nowadays, that's one of the things. No matter how clever you are, no matter how brilliant you are, you graduate, you can get a job. In fact, people are now saying connection is more better than academic performance. And so we say, no, let's give some priority to scholarly work so that when you graduate, you can be able to see yourself as a potential employee.
Okay.
Okay, so let me draw you back to peace because looking at peace without peace, all of these things you are talking, it won't be possible. So looking at this year, October 10th elections, what do you have to say to the Liberian people about peace and to the people of District 17?
Let me say this. The name Ambassador Clarence School is a peace icon. And there hasn't been any time that we have gotten involved into violence. More to that, I simply say to my supporters, if you are for me truly, you'll be an image of me. And if Clarence can live for more than 30 years in District 17, and no young person can say Clarence insulted me, no one can say Clarence jumped on me to fight. It means you yourself, when someone even insult you for the sake of Clarence, turn your back. We had a meeting on Saturday, and that was the message I told them. We have the best candidate. You know why? Because the elderly people are voting for their children future. Who are the future? The young people. More to that, we the young people, this is the time for us to empower ourselves because we have the numbers, we are the majority. So when you approach a young man with our message, and for any reason he wants to be arrogant or hostile, walk away. It means he's not prepared right now to see himself being in power. Take the next person. And so that's the campaign message and the approach we are going with. This election, no one going to tell you that Clarence got involved until Clarence got involved with violence because we know what violence has done to our country. I had the opportunity to go to Kigali. When they took me through the Genocide Museum, I was sharing with few elders. I said to people, we don't even need welcome quote. We need similar museum here to give the young people a reflection of our past. They say when you know where you're coming from, then you will know how you guiding yourself to where you are heading. And I think young people, violence should stay away. Yeah, this election is just one day. It's October 10. After October 10, we all young people. In fact, those who take on social media, imagine that person, child's character and image is being protected because they're too on social media, but they're not recting for their part. They're not insulting someone for their parents.
Sure.
You taking your character and insulting another young person or someone of your kind. Tomorrow, when you get the opportunity to meet that person as a resource officer, then you want to bend your head. And then the next thing someone say, hey, the other person had to forgive. But not that they had to forgive, every decision we make have consequences. Since you have the opportunity, make them wisely.
So which party's ticket are you
Oh, I'm on
contesting
the
for?
Liberal First Movement, a political movement that has the ability of empowering young people. As we speak, we are currently the national youth chair for that political movement. I tell people political party is not a business place. We're not selling market there. It's not an institution of academic activity. We will learn. Every empowerment must be a political empowerment. So, for example, if the party says we are empowering women, it should be women should be empowered to take political space, not to go in the market. That one could be second, but the top priority should be to give women political empowerment. So, if the political parties will say we're empowering youth, it should be to give youth voices on the political space. And that's the reason why we joined the Liberia First Movement, because in their document, they are saying once you become a national youth chair, we will support you in your district to become a representation of the young people at the national decision making table. I don't see any political party here with such manifesto. They have limited us to wearing khaki. They have limited us to jumping in pickup board. And I say to people, when you see a competent, qualified, a vision-driven young person, give them an opportunity.
So what's the standard barrier?
It's most of us check where
Okay, I want to take you back to your platform. Looking at the fact that you have listed these ideas that you crafted, the implementation arms of it, you listed everything. So you're talking about inclusion. I will bring you back to female. How many female on your team working with you right now?
And
I mean, for your team and from your political party standpoint.
okay.
Yeah.
Also, okay, so let's start from the political party standpoint.
Okay.
We happens to be a movement just coming. So all of the 13 representatives that we are putting out, we got 5 persons females, which is a
Wow,
plus for
thumbs up
us,
for you.
right?
Okay,
All right. So then we move on to even in the executive committee, we have 6 persons who are part of it already. Having me as the national youth chair for the 73 districts across Liberia, I'm projecting I from now till the next election, I would love for us to have nothing less than 60% female in the national youth wing. I tell people to give the females political space. We got to go back to the high school.
Okay.
Because most of us who contesting are people who taste the politics in our student activities. So it's not only coming to the national scene that you want to force them. Go back to the foundation, encourage them from the foundation, and let's move. And I was telling the PR, I said, look, after this election, we're launching a special campaign to produce not less than 100 high school president, all females, so that they can get the appetite to come to the national scene. Because if you can brave the storm at the student level, you will brave it at the national scene. I'm seated here today and I'm challenging the remaining 34 because with 35 in our district are contesting, qualified as candidate. I'm challenging them as the best competent qualified with a clear vision candidate because I handle over 12,000 persons at the age of 25 as their president at the university level. I'm brave to do that because I've had a foundation. So that is something we're going to do. And so, like you asked on my team, I can clearly say to you, it's one of the things that gave me our guys hard time. Clarence, you get all the young girls we in. All the women, just beyond the ball. You know the reason is
one thing, just having them be part of
And on the platform is another thing.
It's something. Look, if you don't have a space somewhere, no matter how you love that person, you will walk away, right?
Yeah.
So they see themselves even in our leadership structure. As I speak to you, our chair for mobilization is a female. More to that, my senior advisor is a female. The woman who has my spiritual counsel, my religious counsel. I already say the woman who has, so you already know that female.
Okay, do you have a case setting point
Of course,
right in your district?
Of course, where I've lived for over 23 years.
Okay, so now tell
Country.
us some of the achievement now, the small workings in your district, maybe contributing to those taking drugs.
And before we say that, I just want to let the audience know that people always ask how much you have done. And I say to them, take a reflection of the widow story. The woman who went, there were 1,000 years, billion years, but she put her dad up because that was what she had. We may not have so much, but the little we have given our all.
Yeah.
And so as we speak, I'm the only candidate who have 50% tuition being paid who are doing nursing.
Wow.
My point here is, I believe that that is more rewarding than for me to go give 30,000 to one man who's in the son. I want that. I want that. I want that. What the impact would make for the young people. So for us, we're not bringing people who sing song because they want that. We're giving empowerment opportunity to young people. When the 50%, when the 50% graduate, when the 50% graduate, one of them could be the one to save my son's or daughter's life. One of them could be the one to even save my life. That's the empowerment opportunity we're giving. Ramadan came. I'm not a Muslim, but I believe that when you are a leader, you cut across everyone. While they were carrying rice, I told my team, let us change the narrative because that's why we're here. We took 5 months, we painted them Isa Osa and we gave from her. The logic there is whether or not you support me, when you get there to pray, the Almighty God will give me some of that blessing and protection.
Wow.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why my name is even circulating in the district and people thinking, oh, why so much people has a name just all over? More to that. I live Bancho. Electricity is in Bancho. They just on February 15, when we had no current, no voting, the current protest to expand the electricity in the district because District 17 is not only by the time Hotel Africa or certain part of Banjo. They cut the cross. So we were in that protest. I'm the only aspiring I got arrested, beating my wedding ring and all God blessing in that place. As we speak, we had 33 persons and made 34 were essential who got arrested. And then my lawyer came to free me in the evening. But there was one thing that I saw on the faces of the young people that were arrested. We were told by some of them who claimed to wanting to be leader or they are leader, or how we were arrogant, we were rude.
Were you violent in the protest?
Of course not. Women TV got a video. It's there. You can even look it up. And so at the end result, I told my lawyer, no, you gotta go back and come the next day. I cannot leave these guys here. It will be broken. So we slept in jail with them. The next day, we got released at the Brother Magisterial Court. Today, as we speak, the expansion of the electricity is taking place. Homes are being lighted up. Someone saying, now your protest brought the current. Yes, we could say so, but on the other hand, it plays a crucial part. Because if Grace has a house, and in that house, her children always on the post shouting, Grace don't want to feed us. She's not feeding us with hungry. I will got money. They will one way say, let me go give food to that house, man, because that's my neighbor house. That's what the protest did. It called the international partners, the World Bank, that you need to speed up this project, or else there will be a chaos in the election time in District 17. So we must stop all the young people who were part of that initiative. They contributed, not put the big billboard to say electricity priority number one. Hey, your priority number one, where your scarf? We got to
Okay,
start
you're
on
talking
our
about
house.
sacrifices. Are there been serious counts in which you sacrifice on that issue?
Serious.
Okay.
And I'll give you a reflection. And thankfully, people will remember this situation. Even when it came to the issue of 7 years old Victor family, when he got murdered by Israeli national from Bancho, that was in 2018. We took the initiative. We demanded, because we saw no logic in it, that Patrick Sulu would bring the murder suspect in your custody at the national headquarters of the police. After 3 days, then you say the man escaped Central. A murder suspect escaping Central, that is of love. And so we wrote the national legislature to summon him. And they summoned Patrick Sulu that day. We were there. Because of that, some of us has to go into the dark because they started tuning after all. Our mark seems to be them. But to that, when Gino Agogo allegedly murdered Annie Lomas and left a note that he did it all jealousy. They had him changing his clothes at the police headquarters. We had to get involved again. Today, Agogo is counting his days beyond Sorbish. I mean, beyond the bias at Sorbish. So I tell people, when we have the ability to act, we're acting. Imagine you giving us more opportunity, there are more things will be done. This particular thing we're asking for, I tell people, what is not in someone will not come out. So when the passion for us to make the district better is there, you have been seeing us advocating, doing other initiatives. I think this is the time for District 17 to try a young, progressive, and vision-driven leader, a leader that will make a difference, and no longer a person who is 60 years old, 70-year-old, or 52-year-old.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
so
but
what are some of the ills in the community that you've earmarked, other than what you talked about as it relates to not having youth center, catering to maybe education for some underprivileged youth and all of that? What are some other ills in the community?
One of the major ones has to do with road maintenance.
Okay.
And this is where I tell them we are going to do it together. I'm not giving you the statement that I'm going to build the roads.
Okay.
I'm saying, for example, look at the Bottom Corner Road. It's a major road. That road links us strictly to Lofa. The number of family heads that use that road are over 5,000.
Okay.
Imagine if we were to take 100 Liberian dollars and contribute it to community development. I am saying we have the District Development Council. A subset will be the Community Development Council. So we open an account where each family here contribute 100 Liberian dollars. So 5,000 family here in a month time is 500,000. In 3 months time is 1.5 million. In 6 months time is 3 million. In a year time, the community herself will be raising 6 million that they can use for their development. I am saying let's throw a bit. Let's have that money. As a lawmaker, I will not come and give 100,000. I will have to put either a million on the 6 million. Let's deposit this money to LRA. Take the floor receipt, call the program, and petition the president then and tell him this is what we have for our road. Can you come and help do our road? Trust me, I don't see who the president will not come into that road when they already received 7 million from us as community people and as a district. That is how I intend to do the development in all of the communities. Now, if Motokono people are not willing to do it, Mambo Town people willing to do it, then we'll do it for Virginia Wolosa Road with it. When for Virginia Wolosa said, no, we don't see logic in it, then we'll move up to the Chapter Town people. They will be able to do it. Then we will do their road. My point here is, well, we as people take responsibility for our development. We will protect it. Our leaders will be accountable to us because we all contributed to it. That's how we intend to do the development. So road maintenance is one of the things, and I believe if we work together as a team, we as the people, we don't need to be crying because the government is who? The government is not only the president. The government is by the people, for the people, and of the people. So let's do it together. Once we start, it is obvious that we too will tap into the national cake, which is the budget, and then we all will benefit graciously.
okay, so do you see yourself successful in this October 30?
Absolutely. Now, questions are not wait for you to end. It's a short thing. No, let me tell people. I
How
go
the people of the district responding to you?
very we are waiting. The only time we're not discussing at time. It's just about time. The reason I say it's about time because District 17, we're not going to play music at the capital building for the next 6 years. If somebody want to play music, we got iPhone, we got smartphone, we got Bluetooth, we'll help them. That's one. Two, we're not declaring war on Russia that we need someone you married to country us. No, we're coming down there to make law. What is not in your head will not come outside. What is not in this room, we cannot put it out. So I tell people, let us give the job to people who have a background and experience. Amongst the candidate, I have 6 years experience working at the capital building, at the House of Representatives. More to that, I come from the legal background. The way we're going to Daniel and Lord, we're going to make go. If you don't have an understanding of it, how do you effectively perform? So the resident of the district needs to understand one thing. People will throw money at you now. Yes, someone will say, but we cannot resist it. Good. But understand that you're not voting for one day. You are voting for 6 years. So those who are coming and trying, because our district, we got the in category. We got the December breed. Those who live in America and feel like, yeah, that they are farm, they coming. For them, they coming with Uncle Sam. They dishing out the money. We got another group of people who see it as an opportunity. Opportunity because there is no incumbent. So the running coming. Imagine someone taking their whole party and say, only because they won't be. Someone leave from where upset they thought they say, only because that vacancy there. Amen. I will say this thing to us all. Let us understand that leadership is not about age, it's not about your body size. If that was the case, number now, I know some people will pick you stop in our play, they need to contest with you being a leader. No, it's about your impact, your ability to make an impact in the lives of the people. And that's why we need a vision driven leader. I can tell District 17 that October 10th is a historical day because they are going to elect a leader that will use District 17 as the blueprint for the next Liberia we want to see.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I think we should transition to the phone line and the Facebook messages. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to the Facebook. Why we?
Okay. So this person is Carrie's family. He says, I'm following from LPS. And Mohammed Keita says, good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm watching from Block 104 in Fiama. And that's Augustine T. Musa. He says, good morning. And then Seku A. Sharif says, good morning, Honorable Clarence H. Cole. I'm Seku A. Sharif from Masquerado County District 17, commonly known as Bravo. You are a true leader. That's all we have for the Facebook. I think we can take the phone call.
Yeah, Grace.
Okay, Mr. Code, I think you'll be in touch with the public shortly. Call us on 0770907907, 0880907907, and once again, 0770907907, 0880907907. Call us this morning, talk to aspirant Cole. He's in studio.
Candidate.
Oh, you know, candidate. Oh, sorry for that. He wants to tell you guys, let's take this call quickly.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. How you doing?
We are fine. You are live. Go ahead.
I'm Sarah Jacob. I'm calling from District 17.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yes, I listen carefully to Ambassador Clary Cole. Let me be frank with you. If you are electing a leader, it's not just going to the ballot box to do what you think you can do, but to let people that tomorrow, even if you are not present, you will still know that you got a good leader. And moreover, looking at his platform, I'm very interested because nowadays election is not about our mothers, it's not about our fathers. It's all about we the youth. And if you are coming out tomorrow and say, oh, I will represent the youth, it's a terrible task. For you doing it, at least for all the youth will be represented tomorrow, that our voices will be here.
Okay.
So I'm very, very much glad. And thank you guys very much for having me studio this morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, my name is Foley Masale calling for Banjo.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, my brother Karanko.
Good morning.
Hello?
He said, good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, Jara Karanko was speaking. He is a labor saying in Banjo. One day, nobody can compete to a model. In Karanko is somebody like you start getting that our experience going to a country for study. But in not somebody like he can show the day that other people are somebody like getting that our education. No, Karanko not looking at that.
Okay.
That's why we're telling our people in the tissue. They will not mad because it's more in that get money. It's a referral person in that tissue that we almost put on that. They are saying we get a child, I can't wait that. We educate them. So yeah, we should be happy about him. That's so that kind of young men that we so getting the tissue. We asking God, we asking God for God to make a friend of me that
Okay.
Thank you.
blessing behind you.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Morning to Voice of Liberia.
Good morning.
My name is Mohammed Kosani Kemonkai. I'm 24 from District number 8.
Mm-hmm.
It is an exciting movement in history in our country to have a very, very decent young man, Clarence Hamed Go, seeking to be the next governor of our district with the district number 17. Clarence has done tremendous work with the people of district number 17, ranging from helping their students, sending them to private universities, and also doing some things in the interest of people.
Mm-hmm.
The name Clarence Go stands to be one of the brightest amongst the young people, and we cannot afford to make Clarence Go as the next leader of our district.
Okay.
So come October or 10th, we'll go to the food and go Clarence
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Hello.
You are live.
Good morning. I'm Gabriel Morgan Jr. calling from the University.
Okay.
Okay, let me say good morning to the people's leader in Stilo and by the parents school. Well, I want to say thank you so much, our honorable leader, for such splendid last one. So we, the people of 2017, we are with you very soon to make it our next result of 2017. That's what thing.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
You are live.
Thank you. This is Q. Williams here. And I'm joining you from District Number 7 in Montserrat County.
Okay.
Yeah, let me applaud my brother in studio, your studio girls, Brother Cole. Thank you so much for your education and for the level of understanding. But what happened is, people continue they can assist with things. But at the end of the day, when you get the power, you don't know the liberate people, or you even get time for the voters that voted you to where you where to go. So what happened is that in Jason number 17, where the people and what are going to go to them? The people Jason number 17 vote. But my question to you is, what you say that you will do to the people of Jason number 17, are you sure? However you measure this money will be done? That's my question. Thank you so much.
Okay. 07709079070 08809079070 are the numbers to speak with Honorable Clarence Cole this morning in studio with us. So if you are there and you want to participate, just call any of our numbers. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are live.
All right. My name is Mohammed Gosson. I joined the foundation when I was 17.
Okay.
And let me say a pleasant good morning to Mohammed Golden. Let's go to foundation when I was 17. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
Paris has done tremendously well to be elected as the next level of our district. Now, there are few reasons. The last time I checked, Paris is on record for going to a community that was abandoned by the incumbent law because and you went there and provided living water for the people of that particular community. Last time I checked, there were 7 individuals in Banana who is a food who is part of the university, that is so 25 inches. And pay people just who are doing that university. The last time I checked, the students who were doing their classes and do not have the authorization to go to the next school year. That hand up to a hard and also and pay people to tuition. That has done tremendously well and it deserves to be elected as the next level of our district because there are plenty of reasons that is educated, that are impacted people's lives. That is one of the best things that one of the people of district number 17. And there are several parts of the race to which you will stronger view and of strong conviction that all of us we are strong on the field of stand with the people of Bangladesh district number 17.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, both of our various teams. My name is Richard Wella. This is 17. With the African rule. Yeah, I feel thank you to I was saying my honorable brother, we are doing very well. And I always
Incoming,
and I just want to tell that when you become representative, when you win actually, you shouldn't drink on alcohol for us and our deal. Whatever you say is fair. You must say war and let people see me as in really a friends or a people, the woman there, the people there. You should go elsewhere to go live there. Then we are seeing a riot. So I just want to thank you this morning.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. 07709079070 08809079070 are the numbers. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
My name
is AES One calling from Carwell, New Georgia, I want to appreciate the ambassador government school for your exposé. And these are so many young people that we need to carry our district, our nation alive. So
current school will support you indirectly, meaning by encouraging friends and family members. So I wish you God bless you. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
This is Alexander B. Gamon, and I do join the conversation from my resident in Banjo.
Okay.
Good morning to my friend and brother, Karen School.
Good morning, brother.
Let me say you spoke well. I want to acknowledge you. Thank you for the courage. And you know that the both of us share similar dreams, most especially coming from the youth background. And our agenda was to push the image of the youth. And this time around saying, God who have faith on your side, that you are representing our community at the national scene. I want to say bravo to you. I listened everything that you spoke. It really touched me. And I think we can do better if we can all move in together and see how best we can push this agenda. That the youth image will be fully represented at the national scene.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
This is Ansu Dori from Rapi, uncle of Darren Cole.
That's it.
When I am
Good morning, Darren Cole.
Good morning.
Darren Cole, I have plenty to say, but I will just say in short. Our blessing is upon you. We promise you, say this is 17. With a daughter and a co-family, with our blessing upon you, the district will cover it up for you this year for you.
Okay.
We give it to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good
When I
morning.
am family will support you.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Stephen Johnson, and I join you from the office of the Government Youth Corporation in Moscow. Good morning, Bazakara School.
Good morning, my
Thank
administrator.
you. Let me say, thank you this morning. You lamented well, and these are periods like period which to have come toward train and young people gather the ballot box to decide the fate of this country. Because when you listen to Bazakara School, Bazakara School comes to the disco with high level of passion. It comes to the discourse with high level of experience. It comes to leadership. So, thank you, the people of the 17, the data, you make a decision. Look, you cannot have the young people continue to be in the background. We make all the decision for this country. We serve as Democrat for this. We serve as you win for this. We are in the gap, the vanguard, in the NAC campaign, party for this. This time around, we are saying no. The 17 are too eligible. This time around, this time, we say no. We will have a young person that will lead, that has the vision, that has the experience, that has the courage to lead the people of this nation. Thank you, our loved one.
Okay. Good morning. The last call.
Good morning.
We'll go back to our guest. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
I'm Mohammed Johnson. I joined from District number 17 to be precise for one community.
Okay.
And let me just say this. There's a saying that says, when fire dies, the acid will be the very testimony of the things. On a client on the whole, for your work that you have done for the people of our district number 17, in broken community, in the Lutan, only of Alabama, in Henry community, private school, you are one of the best amongst our youth. You are an impeccable leader. You came to the disco with high-end repetition, and we can't afford to miss you. We are going to put you our all to watch hard to ensure that you become the best what we call our district. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. That's all the time we have for call on the program this morning. So we'll go back to our studio guest who will talk about two issues that two of the callers talked about. One has to do with how do you intend to stay away from corruption if you are elected.
Thank you so much, and let me commend all those who call. And I'm kind of amazed. I actually would have loved to hear because that has been one of my major concerns, and I haven't gotten it. even community engagement where I would love to have someone saying something. On the other hand, like different.
But I was like, I hope you didn't tell these people to or we are
Yeah,
not
but
regulating, so it's
again,
not possible.
yeah, again, we just want to say thank you to them. And I was so moved when I heard the voice of another aspiring who did not make his way to become candidate, Ellis Cameron.
Wow.
I want to tell him thank you and to all of his team. I strongly believe that together we can work for our generation. And so after a year, we got more talk, we talk more, and we see how best we can do it together for the youth image. To your question, as part of our plans to stay away from corruption, I tell people corruption at the national scene starts at the lower level.
Okay.
People want to say, oh, government official corrupt. But here you are, right in the community. They gave you something for the young people. You tell, oh, you put it in your pocket. I'm the youth chair. I'm the one older than all of you. That's how it starts. And thankfully, like you hear all of the chorus, no one can say that is part of our DNA. Something that is not part of us, we will not put it in us only because we want to feel part of another environment. I'm saying corruption is not electing me to the representative position. It is the people are electing me to that position, and I owe it to them. And that's why, as part of our platform, we have accountability as a major pillar. We are saying every 6 months we're going to make report. Then you have the annual report. So there's a midterm report 6 months, and then an annual report at the end of the year. The reason is important because even your staffers needs to understand the level of accountability. Just tomorrow, one of them will take a leadership position. What you have taught them is what they will bring to the platform. More to that, when you listen to me, I am saying the district health officer will be making report at the annual sitting. The DEO district education officer will be making report. We have also committed 25% of our salary towards youth empowerment in the district. That money will be handled by the District 17 Youth Council, who will also have to come and make report at the annual sitting. Then you have the district coordinator, the district development council chair, who will also come and make report on the district development funds. So if all these people are making report, then why you as a lawmaker, you will not make report? It's obvious that I have to come and make report on my own workings at the Capitol building and how my oversight, lawmaking, and representation has benefited our people. And so that is something we're going to work with. It starts with you as an individual. Hold that value, maintain it, and that's what we're going to do. I can't safely say on this radio because the plenty of people, but everyone knows that this image city here when I want to leave power in the next 6 years. Because
But
it's
you
still
are not
young.
even getting there
No,
yet.
I'm already there. I know I'm there. It's just a matter of time.
Okay, so
So another caller was talking about the issue that has to do with being committed to all of what you are saying on this platform, because many a times we hear during campaign periods people promising people that they will do this, they will do that, and when they have been elected, these things don't really happen. So how committed will you be to all of what you've said?
And I'm also a victim of that
Okay.
because many of us are. But I also want us to look back on how we make our leaders. You know, they say politicians are tricky people, but then let us understand we ourselves to also contribute a little. How? Like this campaign time, you're not supporting me, but you're willing to wear my t-shirt, you're willing to come to me. We all into it. Then I feel like more to that, people go and take money and loan. They come and dish it out. And at the end result, we have them elected. When they are elected, I'll just share with you a few short story. My friend father has a construction firm, and he invited me there. And I went there. He said, "Oh, my son told me about you, and you're doing well in the district. I want to give you my machine just so you can open few rows." Oh, I was so happy. But then he said, few things. You need to fill the caterpillar is 250.
Okay.
You need to feed the people only is $50, 300, right? Then per day is 500. And like 800 right there. I said, oh, Papa, how you helping me? And you be like, that's why I call you. And you can feed the machine. And I say, yes. Or you can also feed the people. I say, yeah, those two I can do it. He said, but then you can use the machine. I hooked him. I was kind of happy. He said, okay, but you know that business we're doing. Business is risks. So I'm saying this risk we're about to take. If you don't win, you don't have to pay.
Okay.
You can use the machine now, or if you don't win, you don't have to pay. Or if you win, you got to sign the paper here, sign an agreement, and when you win, you will give $600 for all the days you use the machine for. So that's it, for instance, looking at me and say, okay, I just want to come in try. Open roads, you could look overwhelmingly and win. So the money meant for development, I will have to start paying the
Okay.
loan at the back. So I cut that off. And
Quickly,
so
there's
I would say, let's say we're not getting into any situation that will cause us not to deliver on our promises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a question from the Facebook page here, and it says, that's Marco A. Blumman. He says, good morning to you and to the guests. How do you classify you guys who are running for one seat with that huge number? People may say that it is democracy, but what do you say? I'm Marco Blumman from District 17.
First thing first, I know many of us, as citizens, we are frustrated based upon the performance of others we entrusted. But I think that's the beauty of democracy. These are things that people fought for. Marcus Matthew, the others laid their life down for. The competitions of ideas. And I think it is welcoming. Only thing there is, you don't get carried away by crowd. Get carried away by the plans and the vision to take us to the next level.
Okay, so we want to say thank you ever so much for accepting our invite to be here with us this morning.
Okay, I want to say thank you to for hosting me. My only call to my district people is, I know December breeze are in the district. Always remember our district 17 seat will be given to not a 40-year-old, a 70-year-old, a 80-year-old person, for a very young, vision-driven leader that will make the difference. And come 2029, you will re-elect him for the second term. Thank you ever so much, and may God bless our country.
Okay, so that's all the time we have to be here this morning on the program. Good morning, Liberia. We've been taking you through since 7:30 this morning, and this is how we like to leave you. So,
Okay, for me, I don't have much. I'm happy this morning to drill through national issues. My name is Chris Williams Joshua. My message always is shalom, peace. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to say thanks to our listeners, our viewers, to people who commented on Facebook. So we'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. I am Samiria Online. Bye-bye.
and this is from Arthur Duncan. We've been here this morning. We'll be back here tomorrow to present to you a fresh edition of the program. Good morning, Liberia. This is how we leave you on today.